I rise to speak to SR 114. My resolution urges the adoption of policies that will lead to energy independence in Michigan and the United States. For decades, the United States has been dependent on overseas sources of crude energy. During the years 2016 to 2020, the United States has enjoyed more energy independence due to the increase in domestic oil production. That production ceased in 2020. And again, we import tens of millions of barrels of crude oil from overseas each month. And surprisingly and dangerously, from adversarial nations such as Russia, Syria, Venezuela, and Iran, that uses the proceeds from sales against free nations. The energy independence of the United States is critical to national and world security. Reliance on overseas oil has affected the United States' ability to intervene in conflicts around the world, including Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It limits our ability to respond to worldwide emergencies and conflicts, even worse when adversarial and rogue nations use the proceeds from the sale of energy against free nations or to pay for war or genocide against free nations, including the United States. Depending on overseas sources for energy creates a risk those sources can be jeopardized by the actions of the United States or foreign nations. Energy independence is also an important driver for a thriving economy, ensuring the United States economy can support itself without relying on imports from adversarial nations and without risk of foreign political disruptions is critical to job growth, competition, and maintaining a workforce that is critical to our nation. In the past couple of weeks, we have experienced gasoline and diesel fuel prices skyrocketing to the point that low-income families need to decide if they go to work or buy food. And if one believes that electric vehicles are the answer, ask your neighbor or your low-income constituent if they can afford a $60,000 car that relies on fossil fuel to charge its batteries because our nation is not yet equipped to supply enough energy from renewable energy sources. We must focus on policies that protect the production and delivery of our domestic energy resources, including increasing domestic oil and natural gas production, increasing investments in renewable energy, continued safe operation of Line 5 pipeline here in Michigan, and abandoning the policies that limit domestic energy production. If history repeats itself, inflation caused by soaring prices is a feeder for recession, or worse, a depression. If history repeats itself, widespread war will destroy the economy and cause rationing of tires, fuel, oil, automobiles, metal, and so much more. To avoid these travesties, we must, without delay, become a self-reliant nation capable of taking care of ourselves or suffer like never before. President Biden, Governor Whitmer, and Attorney General Nessel and other elected officials have pursued policies that have harmed our ability to achieve energy independence, including the President's decision to halt the Keystone XL pipeline and the Governor and Attorney General's attempts to shut down Line 5, a crucial source of energy for Michigan families and millions of people. I appreciate President Biden in his efforts to weaken President Putin's power by cutting off Russian oil shipments, but it is not enough. The President must reopen our oil and gas production. If our resources are not used, America becomes beholden to the dictators wishing to harm America. It is my sincere hope we adopt policies that will lead to energy independence in Michigan and the United States, and I ask for your support for SR 114.